Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jenna Redfield. Today I'm going to be walking you through my entire Google Photos process. I have done a few videos on Google Photos and I'm still getting questions, so I thought I would just make a brand new video that explains from start to finish how to use Google Photos effectively to organize all your photos and videos. And with the help of ChatGPT, I actually came up with a really cool acronym, which is PHOTOS, and that's actually how we're going to be organizing this video today. So let's get to it. If you want to, make sure to subscribe for more content around digital organization. I also teach Notion. I have courses, all that stuff, all below. Learn more there. The P in the word photos, the acronym, which is preparation and scanning. Let's talk about the first step that we need to do. First off, you have to make a Google Photos account. If you haven't, all you have to do is create a free Google account and you automatically get Google Photos. Now, a lot of people ask me, can I use Google Photos if I have an Apple or, like an iPhone? Yes, I have an iPhone and I use Google Photos. So what you're going to do is you're going to log in and just make sure that you have an account available. And then we're going to move on to actually adding all your photos to Google Photos. So one of the things that I always recommend to people is have all your photos in one location. So one account, don't have separate accounts for business and personal, have it all in one because you're going to get very confused. Your phone has an automatic one that it backs up to. So I highly recommend doing this first step, which is finding all of your photos. Are they on hard drives? Are they on Dropbox? Where are all your photos available? As well as videos. Now, as some of you may be older like me, a millennial, a lot of your photos may be printed. So there's a few things that you can do. There's apps that you can download to scan all your photos. I actually recommend, if you have a lot of photos, getting something like this photo scanner from Amazon. It's a $200 photo scanner, but it can scan documents, it can scan photos, and you can use it with like family, that sort of thing. I ended up investing in this and it's been the best investment because all of my photos that are printed turn out really, really good because I have an actual professional photo scanner. You can also send away your photos to be scanned. I would also recommend doing this with home videos. With home videos, I don't know if you know this, if you have VHS tapes, they actually decay over time. So you want to make sure that you're actually doing this as soon as possible. And you can either buy devices that you can actually record your videos. You can also send them away. There's lots of resources online. I'll leave some link below where you can do that. But I highly recommend getting a digital file version, not just a DVD, because you want to make sure that you are able to upload these videos to Google Photos. I actually have all of my home videos from me growing up inside of Google Photos, and I can share that with my family, which I'll talk to you guys about at the end. Getting all of your photos and videos in one place is the first step, and that is the one that probably takes the most time, is finding all your photos, uploading them. I will say, I wouldn't recommend uploading more than like 1,000 photos at a time because it will slow down Google Photos. So you can drag and drop and just let go of the photos when you're uploading, but really don't do your entire collection at once. Really do it in stages. What's nice about Google Photos is it will detect if there's a duplicate photo, so you don't have to worry about that. As long as it has the same name and everything, it will not re-upload the same photo or video twice. So that's really, really nice. Okay, so I will head to my computer and show you guys a few different ways that you can upload videos and photos, and then we'll head back and I'll share a little bit more about that as well. Okay, I wanted to show you guys how I add items to Google Photos. So this is an example of some screenshots that I've taken on my computer. All you do is you select them all, you go like this, and then you can see where it says drop files anywhere to upload. I'm going to let go, and you'll see over here on the left, it'll say backing up. So because they're small images, it's not going to take very long for them to upload. However, if it's a video, it's going to take a lot longer. But you'll see literally the progress bar on the bottom left-hand side. Now, if you wanted to, you could immediately add these to album. We're not going to do that, but that is how you add items to Google Photos. Another way you can do it is if you click upload, and then you can either import from Google Drive, transfer from photo collections, transfer from photography services, digitize physical photos, or scan photos with your phone. I usually click import photos, and then you can find, so for example, let's just do this. Actually, I'm going to select this as well, which is a video. And you'll see here now that it's going to take longer for the video to upload. You'll see here, you see how the progress bar is going. It'll still be somewhat quick because this is a pretty small file size, but it will take some time. So that's what I'm saying, is it's going to take some time for you to be able to upload. Once it is now in your main Google Photos account, and then we will move on and I'll share more about how to create albums, but that is really how you would do it from a desktop. Now, I will share with you guys how to do it from your phone as well. So basically, let me open up. I wanted to show you also how to do it from your phone. So I recently got iPhone mirroring, which is very exciting. So now I can show it to you on your phone. So I just took a screenshot right here. You'll see I just took a photo of myself while I was recording, and now it has been uploaded to the cloud. Now, if I wanted to go over and free up storage space, I would just click this, but that's it. All you do is you open Google Photos and it automatically uploads everything from your phone. It will take some time, but that is literally it. You just have to select the account that you're using, and that is how you would upload to Google Photos from your phone. So the final step in the preparation and scanning is, now when you are setting this up on your phone, it will ask you, do you want high quality or do you want original quality? I personally choose high quality because I don't want to pay forever. Like, I already pay for Google Photos. I pay $10 a month because I have so much footage in there. Most people probably won't need to pay. I personally do because I'm a content creator and I have a ton of videos and photos. If you choose high quality, you will be able to save a lot more space. However, if Google Photos is like the only place you're backing it up, you would want to choose original quality because that's actually the full size of the photos and videos. I would recommend personally doing high quality just because it is still, like, again, high quality, but it's not the original size, so it does save you some space. So you will have to make that decision for yourself. All right, next we're gonna be talking about organizing. So creating a handy organization tool using albums and album covers. So this is the part that a lot of people don't really understand how to use Google Photos, is creating albums. It's actually pretty easy. All you do is you select at least one photo or video and you click the little plus at the top and you create an album. This can have as many photos as you want. I usually try not to do more than like 500 to 1,000 photos or videos in an album. It gets a little bit too much at that point. So I would say max like 1,000, which I do have some albums that have about that many. So I try not to go more than 1,000 images or videos within a folder, or an album is what they call it. I'll talk about this in the third step, which is using the 13 pillars, but you're gonna wanna make sure that your albums are titled very, very well so you know exactly what's in them. So when you create an album, all you do is, again, you select the images or videos you want, you click the little plus sign, and it adds it to an album. Then you can go through, it is organized by date, so you can actually go in and change the date of different items. So for example, when I scanned all of my photos and videos from like the early 90s, it automatically put the day that I scanned them as the date. I can go in and change the date to the early 90s so that it automatically sorts it by year, which is super helpful, especially when you are wanting to find videos and photos. You can even search by year. So I'd search 1991 and I can find all the videos and photos from that year. Super helpful to be able to change the date and time. If you wanted to make an album, let me show you. This is like what an average day in my life looks like. So this is what obviously like my actual Google Photos is. This was yesterday. So I actually uploaded an entire PDF, which I'll talk about in a second. But if I wanted to make an album with this, all you do is you select, and then I click the shift key, and then it automatically selects everything, and then you just press it again. Then what you do is you click add, and I usually do album. So if I wanted to create an album, I would just click album, and then I can either add a new album or I can add it to a previously made album. So because I've already done a skincare stuff, and this is about acne, I'm going to click Command F, and then I'm going to search for skin. So it might not show it right away because it's not showing everything. So you're going to have to scroll down, and I would search again. So now skin, you can see that I have a skin update. And then I also have body skincare acne. So I would put it in this one because that's what this is about. And that's literally what I would do. So now if I go to my body skincare acne folder, let me just scroll down to the very, very bottom. Scroll. Anything I have about acne, I put in here. So now you'll see, because it is by date, it is at the bottom. So I have lots of other things that I've screenshotted, things about acne, things I found on Facebook, webinars I've been to. So I save everything that has to do with acne because I'm going through an acne issues right now. So for me, I'm wanting all that. So this was something that I had created from a PDF that I downloaded. I had created it into JPEGs and then uploaded it to Google Photos. So that is how I would organize and create an album. You can add as many. So if I wanted to add this, let's just say I wanted to add this to a new album, I would create, actually, let's just do all these. So if I wanted to add all of these to a new album, I would click album and I would call it root cause of acne. Let's say that's the name of the album. That's it. That's now my album. And it has all that there. And I'll tell you guys about how to share it in the future, but that is literally the basics of it. If I wanted to remove something, I would just click up here and then click remove from album. I would not delete it. If you wanted to actually delete the file, I would click move to trash, but I just click remove from album. It'll ask you, it says you will still be able to find it in your photos library, and then you click remove. That is how you make an album. That is it. Next, we'll be talking about how to add a cover. We'll talk a little bit about this in this next step on how to organize and how I recommend organizing it, but creating albums is a really great way to quickly find what you're needing. And this is, again, a little bit of a time suck, but I use this all the time, and it's very helpful for me to find what I'm looking for. The next step that you want is, I like to add album covers. So basically, this is the image that you see when you are doing your album. Now, I personally, because of my 13 pillars, I like to have just a basic standard graphic. So it's a basic color with the title of the album as my album cover. Now, I'll show you guys quickly how to make that in Canva. It's very, very easy. All you have to do is create a square image, add a color, add a text, and then export. I have over 300 albums inside of Google Photos, so it does take me a while to actually add all of those images, but it has been worth it for me because it's very, very aesthetic, easy to find, and it is something I use on a day-to-day basis. So let's just head into Canva and I'll show you guys how to make covers. All right, I wanted to show you guys how I make these in Canva. It's very, very simple. All you do is you just make a square file. So what I do is you could just start in afresh. Let me just start. So if it looks like this, you select a color. Again, I like have a palette already. So I have like just big, bold colors. So if I'm doing it red, if I'm doing it orange, whatever color it is, then I would add text. So you can add a text box. And then I usually just put the name. So if this was health, it would be health. And then colon, let's do gut health. That would be an example. That's it. I would maybe center it. Then what I do is I click share, I click download, and then I usually save as a JPEG because it's usually a lot smaller file size. You can see I have over 300 ones created. So I would just select the one that I've just created, click done, download, that's it. Then all you do is you drag and drop that into the album itself. So I would call this gut. So I would drag and drop that into the album, and then that's it. Once that is inside of the album, so you can see here, right here, all I do is click here, I click info, I click the three dots and click use as album cover. It already is, but that's how you change the album cover. So then now you have your album cover. That is it. It's very simple. So now that you know how to make an album and you know how to add a cover, let's talk about how to organize your folders. Now, this is the O in the photos acronym. So organizing with the 13 pillars. So my 13 pillar system, if you haven't watched the video, highly recommend it. I explain it a little bit more in detail. But what I do with the 13 pillars is I actually categorize first by the pillar name. So for example, content creation will be the first one. Then I put a colon, and then I add the name of the album. For certain things, like for example, travel, I do travel and then colon. Then I do the year, so it organizes it by year, colon, and then the name of the trip. So it depends on what you're doing, but unfortunately Google Photos has only one hierarchical level, so you can't put like a folder within a folder, which I think is their biggest issue. I really wish they had folders within folders. If I could tell the Google gods one thing, please add option for folders within folders in Google Photos. That would be amazing. But for now, all I have to do is I have a folder with the name of the pillar. So then when I can organize it alphabetically, it's organized by pillar. Then I do the title or the year, depending on the type. So for me, this has been a very, very interesting thing to see what even are the albums I have. So I will actually add a list below if you want to download it that has a list of all the different things that I have created folders on, because people want to know that. They're nosy. They want to know all the different things that I have made folders for. But this is really, again, the 13 pillars is how I run my entire business, how I run my entire life. Having everything organized into these 13 in Google Photos has made it so much easier for me to know where to put the images and videos. And then all I have to do is just search for that title, or I just click plus. Usually it's organized by the most recently added, so that's been helpful as well. And then I can just add the image or video to that folder. So that is how I organize Google Photos for that sort of thing. I wanted to share with you a resource if you want to learn more about the 13 pillars, and that is at jennaredfield.com/13-pillars. I walk through each individual pillar, what the color is. So you can see here, like business projects is yellow. I've got health and fitness is orange. So as you scroll through my Google Photos, and I will have a list below, I have folders where, for example, let's say I've been doing a lot of chicken recipes. So I have one called Health and Fitness, chicken. So that is how I organize it, is first by, again, the name of the pillar, chicken. I created a folder for that. I guess I could show you guys that folder because it's not anything very exciting. So this is my example of that. It's health, food, chicken. So I actually have a bunch of stuff as well. But you can see here, literally, it's all chicken recipes. That's all I put in this folder is every time I'm like, I got some chicken. What am I going to do with it? Some of these are saved TikToks. Some of these are screenshots from Facebook. I really just saved all those, and then I can watch it back and be like, what recipe should I make tonight? That is truly all that I do for this kind of stuff. This is how I organize my Google Photos. Okay, so moving on to the T in photos, which is text search. I absolutely love the search functions in Google Photos. That's the main reason I use it more than I use something like Google Drive, is you can search so many ways. And they just added Gemini search, which is going to make it like next level AI. So one of the things you can do is you can type in anything. Type in the word cat. It will find every photo of a cat, every mention of the word cat. This is so helpful. Here's a few examples of things that I do so that I have text inside of Google Photos. Number one, when I'm reading a Kindle book, I will actually export a quote as a graphic and then upload it into Google Photos. Another thing that I like to do is anytime I download a PDF, I upload it to ilovepdf.com and I export it as a JPEG. So then I upload all of those images as JPEG. So for example, I am running into some skin issues lately, so I downloaded a PDF about skincare products and how to use that. It's a PDF, so I can't put that into Google Photos. What do? I convert it into a JPEG and upload all 14 pages of that PDF file into my Google Photos. So now when I'm searching the word acne, I can literally find that PDF. It has a ton of information, and I can go through quickly and add all those to an album. So it's very, very easy for me to search my Google Photos. I use, honestly, Google Photos as a second brain or a search engine of all the things that I have saved over the last decade. So for me, especially as I'm writing my book, it's been very helpful to be able to find quotes and I'll save things from Pinterest. I'll screenshot things that I find online, things that I will not remember a year from now, but I can search my Google Photos and find everything that I need. Some other things you can do on Google Photos that's super helpful. Number one, you can add locations. So anytime you take a photo on your phone, it'll automatically add a location. So for example, I was looking for some videos I shot in Mankato, Minnesota. I typed in Mankato. It found all of them, the date, everything. It was so helpful. You can also tag people. So anytime you upload a photo or video with a person's face, it will ask you to label the person. So for example, if I'm doing a post for a friend's birthday, I can just type in their name and it will find every photo of that person. This has made it so much easier for me to find things quickly. My friends are constantly amazed by the fact that I can find things so fast. They're like, how did you find that? They mentioned it 5 minutes ago and I'm like, oh, it's because I have it in Google Photos and I'm able to find it super, super easily. There is some options also for screenshots. I did an entire video about screenshots. I highly recommend watching it. I am the screenshot queen. I will save every screenshot. I upload it immediately from either my computer or my phone. I will keep screenshots forever because I think they're so helpful. So there is an option, I think, in Google Photos where it will say, is this a screenshot? And it will kind of organize all your screenshots, which is very, very helpful. So that's something that I also would look into as well. I'll show you guys an example of this in the app. So they actually have a new search option inside of the Google Photos app that is basically with their new Gemini system. So if I typed in the word cat, so let's just try this. You can see right now it has the original search, so I can type the word cats, or I actually have a folder called cat. So let's just type in the word cats. So let me just search that. So it's searching all of my images for a cat. So then it's going to show me a ton of cat options. So let me just, it takes a bit of time. But you can see here that I have, so it'll show lots of different things if I'm talking about something. cat related. I can also switch back to classic search. And what's cool about this is that you can organize it by date. So best match, but then also most recent. So if I took a photo of a cat within this week, you know, it's a cat and cow, so that's why I'm showing that. So that is truly what you can use search for, which is so helpful. I use this so much. You know, so for example, let me just search my name. So if I search, yeah, like if I'm just looking for myself, this is every photo or video of me. If it's just me, if I wanted to add a friend or like, for example, my brother or someone, I could add that as well. So this is just pictures of me or videos of me that I've been doing for something. So it's very, very easy. You can see I have 32,000 photos of myself. That's crazy. But you can also quickly add these to folders. There's lots of things you can do with it. So that is truly how you can use search. Let me give another example of something. Let's see. So if I search the term mindset, it will find every time I use that word. So let's click on something. It says to attract better, you have to come better. So it literally found the words. You can also copy all the text from it and literally copy paste, which is super cool. You can also search. You can see that, like, you can find where it came from. There's so many really, really cool tools inside of Google Photos. You can also edit. Google Lens is also great. So let me just give an example of like a dress. So let me just search it. So if I screenshotted a dress, I just want to show you an example. So like if I'm going to show most recently, I screenshotted this morning. If I click Google Lens, it will literally help me find different dresses. So this dress was $29 on this website. It's on eBay. It is whatever price that was. It's $765 on Amazon. It's $100, you know, so you can see where it's from. It's crazy. So I just thought I would share that because I thought that was really, really interesting way to, if you find somebody wearing a nice outfit. I'll give you another example. So let's see. So I actually used this the other day. I used the Google Lens. I was watching this ad and I was like, I really like that girl's shirt. I wonder where she got it. So I literally screenshotted it from TikTok. I used the Google Lens and it showed me where she got it from. And this was the closest one I could find. It was on Amazon. So it's like, it's crazy how many things you can use this for. It's insane. Okay, so now that you know how to search Google Photos, which again is probably my favorite feature of Google Photos, honestly, let's move into the next one, which is how to use albums effectively with sharing. So there are options for you to share albums with people. I do this with family for family albums. I do this with friends for like trips we've gone on. And then I also do this with clients. So if I am working on a ton of videos for a client, I will share specifically that folder with my clients so they can download all the videos and themselves to their computer. I absolutely love this feature and I use it all the time. So all you have to do is you just click plus on the top and you decide who you want to share it with. There's different levels, admin access, but usually I just do the view one and then people can look at it. They get an email that announces, it's very similar to Google Drive sharing. It'll just say, hey, this person has shared a Google album with you. Except if you want to open it up and then they can get immediate access. They do not get access to your entire Google Photos. It's just the album that you share, which is very nice. But make sure you're only putting certain photos in there. You can also create collaborative albums where people can also add their own images and videos. So it just depends on the level of admin access that you can have, but you can create collaborative albums, which is so, so, so cool. I've shared this before, but I wanted to share it again as an example of how to share an album. This is my home family videos and photos album that I created where it is shared across I think 6 or 7 different family members. And it is literally scanned videos and photos from my childhood. So if you go into it, you'll see that these are the oldest ones. So this is like a video from the 80s. So if you click into it, you'll see I changed the date so that it was in the 80s. So if you scroll down, you'll see that it goes all the way until this year. So as you scroll down, these are all hour-long home videos. There's like me as a baby. I have so many videos here. So you'll see here, all you have to do, and I'm gonna try not to dox my family members. You can either just click share, and then you click copy link. So that allows people to be able to view it. However, if you want to add people to be able to like actually look at it and add it to their Google Photos, you click the plus here, and then you search by name, and then you invite them. That's it. It's super easy. I recommend the link if it's just people looking at it and not actually sharing or not actually adding to it themselves, but all of my family members wanted to be able to look at it and add it to their phones. So that is why I shared it with them that way. All right, the final step of the Photos framework is sync across devices. So one of the things that I highly recommend doing is having access to Google Photos on both your phone and on your computer. I don't know about you, but I take screenshots on my computer. I also take lots of photos on my phone. I want an easy way to add them both. With Google Photos, what I do is on a weekly basis, I go through and organize my entire desktop by type. So if it's in the downloads, if it's in the desktop, any photo or videos I find, I will just drag and then share it into Google Photos. So that way I always am up to date with backing up all the photos and videos that I have downloaded that week from my computer to my phone. The other one that I do with my phone is I just open Google Photos and it will automatically start uploading all of the videos and photos on my phone. So for example, like if I'm filming with a client for the day, I make sure to open Google Photos so that it's backing up all the content I shot. If I'm at a concert, I'll open up Google Photos, make sure it's backing up all the content. There's a really cool feature in Google Photos that allows you to just, once everything's been uploaded to the cloud, you can just delete all the photos and videos off your phone. I don't like to keep a ton of photos and videos on my phone because it just takes up space. I want to make sure everything's backed up. So I try to make my phone as minimal as possible with the stuff on it. I don't delete my photos and videos. They're backed up to the cloud. I have friends that always tell me, they're like, oh, I'm running out of space. I'm like, why? Just use Google Photos, click the button, and you're good. You don't have to run out of space. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Because with iPhones, it's like if you delete it from your phone, it deletes it forever because it's not backed up in the cloud. It doesn't make sense to me. I love Google Photos because I know it's a separate account. I know that it's uploaded and it's safe. That is why I prefer Google Photos, especially as an iPhone user. They have a lot of different backup options, so just make sure to set it to automatic backup. So the last step is deciding what size Google Photos you want. So if you want to know exactly how much I'm using Google Photos for, I'm paying $10 a month for 2 terabytes, and I'm already at 977.9 gigabytes. That's how much footage I keep in Google Photos. I have so much stuff in Google Photos that I have to pay for it. And I'm almost halfway through my 2 terabytes, which is crazy. I probably should go through some of it. One thing I did want to mention, I haven't mentioned and I forgot to mention, is for storage, if you have a ton of videos that are huge, like if they're really large file sizes, I highly recommend making them smaller in file size by using this app called Handbrake. All you do is you just import a video into it. You could compress. It takes maybe 20 to 30 minutes to compress it depending on the size. And then, so I do that, for example, this YouTube video, I will do that. And then I upload it into Google Photos, the smaller one. That saves me a lot of space. Instead of uploading a 5 gigabyte video, it'll be like more like a 1 gigabyte video. It depends on, and it doesn't change the quality at all. It just compresses the file size, which is very helpful. I hope that this video was very helpful for you because I am a huge Google Photos user. I have been using Google Photos for over 10 years. I have truly most of my life in Google Photos, and it has been so helpful for me as a place to store everything. Anyways, I hope that this video is helpful. If you have any questions, leave them below. Otherwise, you can email me on my website, jennaredfield.com, or you can learn more at notion.jennaredfield.com, all about Notion. I'll see you guys in the next video, and have a great day.